Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with the Shade Tree Survivalist. The name of this video is They Won't Take Our Hunting Rifles. If you are a firearm owner who does not own a semi-automatic firearm, do you need worry about a renewed assault weapons ban, quote unquote? I believe so. As described by the liberal media, they only want to ban weapons of war, or military weapons with high-capacity magazines, or weapons that are intended for police or government use. Now you ask, what's wrong with that? Well, let us explore that. Then you make up your own mind, okay? I'm not going to make it up for you. You've got to do that on your own. I'm not going to bully you like the major media outlets do. Either side of that argument. What firearm do you own, if you traced its development back, does not have a military root, or does not have military roots? Every firearm I can think of has, at some point in its development, been considered or used as a weapon of war, with the exception of modern smokeless or modern muzzle-loading rifles. That's about the only thing I can think of that was not developed with the military in mind. The smoothbore musket, rifled musket, single-shot break-open rifle and or shotgun, the double-barreled break-open rifle or shotgun, the lever-action rifle and shotgun, the bolt-action rifle or shotgun. Then of course, there's semi-automatic rifles, shotguns, pistols. While we're at it, the single-shot handguns, all revolvers. Almost forgot the falling block rifles like Sharps and the Winchesters, and of course the rolling block Remingtons. So what does all that have to do with my Remington 700 or my Winchester 70 or my blah, 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 whatever the case may be, you ask? Well, let's think about this from a lawyer's standpoint. Disclaimer here. I am not a lawyer, thank God. However, I follow the Supreme Court's every move, every decision like a hawk. From those observations and many others, I know this. Every single word matters. Okay, every single word that is in a law, that is written into law, matters. It matters a great deal. Of course, the opposite is also true. Every word left out is also vital. Example, Obamacare. Remember when they put that in there? Well, let's pass it and then we'll find out what's in it. What the heck's up with that? Of course, as we all know, the politicians call it unintended consequences. You think that this could happen in this situation? I think that if the words military, or military type, or developed for military use, or used by the military, or for police use, are included, all guns are up for grabs. Except maybe those modern muzzle loaders. But then again, maybe so. Very accurate, very hard hitting, very reliable, tough systems they have there. Every major and even minor development in firearms technology has been used in warfare or by the police or FBI or their SWAT teams. Okay? Onward and upward. Have you ever heard of Charles Whitman? August 1st, 1966 in Austin, Texas. He shot and killed 14 people from the University of Texas bell tower. And he did so for 96 minutes. Let me give you a detailed rundown on this guy, okay? Charles Whitman killed 14 people and injured dozens of others over 96 minutes of shooting. He also killed his wife and his mother before the mass shooting. One of his victims was 500 yards away. He carried a 6mm Remington, an M1 carbine, a 35 Remington rifle, and a 12-gauge shotgun, plus several handguns. All right, here's the rundown on the guns this guy carried. A Remington 700 ADL 6mm bolt action, still being produced. A Universal manufactured M1 carbine, semi-automatic 30 caliber pistol cartridge. Remington M141.35 Remington pump action rifle, made by Remington. A semi-automatic shotgun. They didn't give any details on that. 12 gauge. He sawed off the barrel and the stock that day because he bought that gun that day. A Smith & Wesson 19 .357 Magnum revolver. A Luger P08 9mm Parabellum auto pistol. The Luger, the famous Luger that all the American servicemen wanted to get their hands on during World War I and World War II as a trophy. He also had a little 25 automatic, a little Galissi Brescia, some crap like that, made in Italy, I believe. Who cares? I mean, you can't kill a puppy with a 25 automatic. I know I had one that the mother and father turned out to have rabies, and we'd only had him for about a week, and they thought he's going to have rabies, so you need to put him down. So I did it. Took a whole clip. Of course, you know, emotional and all that. And, of course, the dude also had a machete. Ever heard of Lee Harvey Oswald? Also a bolt-action rifle. All right. So let us discuss the bolt-action rifles and telescopic sights for a moment. Those are the primary means of hunting in this day and age for most people. Can you say sniper-style rifle? Yeah, there you go. Or how about lever guns, such as the Winchester Model 94 or the Marlin 336 or the Savage Model 99? Can you say high-capacity magazine? How about the Colt Peacemaker, also known as the single-action army? If you don't know what a Colt Peacemaker is, or a Colt single-action army, Google the sucker, okay? What about the Walther PPK, developed for the German military and police, also carried by 007 in the movies? The awesome 1911. It was made for the U.S. Army from a set of military specifications. I mean, it was developed in conjunction with the U.S. Army. They were testing it as they were refining and building it until it passed. The Smith & Wesson 38 revolvers. Those were developed for the police. The police specials. Duh, chief specials. The Colt police revolvers. The Remington 870. The Mossberg 500. Both used by the military today. Both used by the police today. How about the old percussion cap rifles, shotguns, and handguns with names like Army and Navy revolvers? Yeah, I do know that it sounds ridiculous. However, like I have already stated, it's all in how the law is worded or what words are left out. Okay? How about our beloved 22 rifles and pistols, like the wonderful 1022 Ruger? Box magazine or tubular magazine? Don't forget the 223/556 is a 22 caliber cartridge. The AR-15/M4/M16 is also a carbine. Okay? Depending on how you define carbine, and I define carbine from what the gun industry, it is defined in the gun industry, not by some stupid politician. Depending on how you define carbine, bam, all pistol cartridge firing rifles would also be outlawed. There goes your Single Action Shooting Society matches. All right, SAS. Single Action Shooting Society, these guys do cowboy shoots and stuff like that with the old single action army, the old Schofield revolvers, the double barrel shotguns, the lever action Model 94s, the 336s, the early pump guns, you know, and on and on and on. And it's a lot of fun, but those would be outlawed. What about high capacity revolvers, like some of the 7, 8, 9, or 10 round revolvers that they make? How about a power envelope? What about that? Say there is a power envelope included. The media are calling the 5.56 223 a high-power cartridge. Get the hell out of here. If the 223 is the floor of such a power or performance envelope, then almost all hunting cartridges would instantly be gone. In other words, if that's the minimum power that they consider high power, and everything above in that range or above it would be outlawed, then think about this. Cartridges like the 243, the 270, the 30-30, 35 Remington, 308, 30-06, 300 Winchester Magnum, and literally dozens of others. Then there are the superpowers, the 338 Lapua, which I can't afford to shoot anyway, the 338 and 370 Weatherby, 348 Winchester, 358, 375 H&H, 378, the 405, 416 Rigby, 4570, 460, 50 cal. They would all be gone. The point is, it's all in how any new regulation and or law is worded, and then how law enforcement and judges interpret the wording. And we all know there are two sides in the legal community. All right? That's the reason the Supreme Court has 9 justices. There's always a swing vote, and there's 4 liberal votes and 4 conservative votes. Okay? That's the reason there's 9 justices. You got your 2 opposing sides, 2 ways of thinking about it, and then you have that one swing vote who makes it legal or illegal, depending on the majority of the court. Do you have that much faith in this government? The same government that has bankrupted the country, destroyed our credit rating, wrecked Social Security, Medicare, the U.S. Post Office, and if you haven't heard, left American citizens in New York and New Jersey absolutely on their own after Hurricane Katrina. Sandy. Did I say Katrina? I meant Hurricane Sandy, excuse me. Yet, what about Hurricane Katrina? You know, Bush fell down flat on his face on that one, and so did FEMA. Yet it's not simply this administration. Like I just said, Bush should have sold war bonds at the beginning of the war. He should have done better at Katrina. There's a lot he could have done a whole lot different. Beginning the day Wall Street reopened to pay for the war on terror, he should have sold those war bonds. Okay, he should have issued them, and the war on terror would have been paid for the first year. He should have concentrated on Al Qaeda and Afghanistan. He should have concentrated on illegal immigration, border security, and drugs. Clinton, too, and Bush Sr. and Reagan. All had their good points. All had their bad points. I think we can all agree with that. We can all agree that both major parties are responsible for the current physical cliff. So why would you trust them to do the right thing when it comes to your rights? If you take nothing else from this video, remember this: the Constitution is the only thing that stands between democracy and dictatorship, between President Obama and King Obama, or King Bush, or King Reagan, or King Clinton, or King Nixon. Do you get the point? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Join the NRA. Support the NRA-ILA. Support all pro-gun agendas. Okay? Because without the Second Amendment, what guarantees your other amendment, your other rights? The government? Right now, Obama has 5,700 and some change new regulations he's about to shove down the American economy's throat for businesses, for individuals. Okay? If he outlaws guns, and I'm not saying Obama's evil, I don't know the man. Doesn't matter. Okay? Someone will come along who is a dictator. You will have enough military and police to go along with him. Who's going to stop it? There's no other America on the planet. There's not another America who can come to the rescue. Not that we always did. After the Iron Curtain fell in Eastern Europe, what did we do to help Poland? What did we do to help Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia? The Western countries fell down on the job because they were war weary, they were tired, and the American people didn't have the stomach for it. Subscribe to the Nuttin' Fancy channel. The man knows his business. Watch the video. Gun owners will be demonized. He is absolutely correct. If you do not now see what is coming, if you now knuckle under and do not support your Second Amendment rights, do not support the National Rifle Association, do not support your rights to be a gun owner, it will be too late. Call your congressmen and your senators. Get on their freaking Facebook pages and hammer them day and night. Do not let up. This is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivalist, urging all gun owners to grow a pair. You know what I'm saying? Grow a pair of balls. Be heard. Make your voice count, your vote count. And may God bless us all. Read your Bible. Thank you for watching.